Hello. Last time, we were the saddest cop in the land, picking fights we couldn't win, ultimately fighting and losing against an inanimate object. Today, it is Friday the 13th, the unluckiest day of the year. Can the unluckiest cop in the world survive on the unluckiest day of the year? I never died in my first playthrough of Disco Elysium, and so I legit have no idea what's going to happen when I click continue. Let's go for it. Equip a flashlight in low light areas. Good advice. Alright. It is 10 o'clock. Foregathers, thank you for following. We are the least fortunate, the least auspicious police officer on the planet. The shirking coward. Last cop I played was the apocalypse cop. This guy is the apology cop. Let's see what's over here. Ooh, Descent. Yes, I couldn't even look at the mirror. Down to 1 hit point. That's when I ran off, kicked the furnace, and died. I couldn't wear my horrific necktie, even though it has no downside. I called somebody. Couldn't figure out who made the call. Wild Pines rep. I already did that. I found my other shoe. Alright, let's look at the map. I think I can try conceptualizing against measure hit. I don't actually want to do this. I think as long as I keep failing... So, one of the goals of this run is to acquire a achievement. I got many excellent achievements on my first run, including the one for making Kim very happy. This run, I'm going to have to piss Kim off a great deal. So right now, I'm starting by telling Kim a bunch of promises and nice things, and then I'm going to break all my promises and make him a sad dude. Furthermore, one of the achievements is What Body? Solve the case without even inspecting the body. I'm wondering how close I have to be to it in order to count as inspecting. So I'm actually just going to look this up. Give me just a second. You can look at the footprints, trash can, and Kuno, but do not interact with the body. Alright, awesome. So, I can go back here. It's not a cutscene that's going to cause me to, fail this. Oof. So freaking gross. I am definitely not interacting with that thing.
Kuno's got this!
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno!
Moment of your time, please.
Talk, pig! Shit's coming up strong!
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about. I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Uh-huh.
Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment.
Fast. This kid has got street smarts.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What?
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
Kuno's Kuno pig?
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
Yeah, think about it. Think about that rabid Kuno shit.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Yeah, get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you.
Morale critical. Oh no. My morale! The sad cop is gonna die from insults from children.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now.
Oh no.
You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Let's see. What's the sad cop or neutral cop? Just gonna say I wasted my life.
I don't
protecting
dispute
you.
that you have been charged with protecting the people of a particularly challenging district. But poverty does not make one a loser. Poverty is just poverty.
Kim bails us out.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now.
Oh no.
Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. "It's because the Furrows lost that match," said Captain Ptolemy Price, once the man's superior officer. "It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out after a while," Satellite Officer Jean-Vic Mayer, the deranged former cop's partner, commented. Sergeant Matt Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying, "Whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. He got fucked, that's all."
Wow. Alright. Unlucky. Very, very unfortunate to give up all hope after getting insulted by a 10-year-old kid. Alright. So let's try this again, but if my morale gets critically low, I'm just going to boost this whatever I've got in my pocket here. Let's check in here. All the best clues are in the trash can.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Getting suggestions from Kim gives me experience. That's interesting. Oh, Whirling in Rags guy. That's not gonna go well for me with 1 pip of morale. This is a difficult game all of a sudden. My first playthrough was a lot simpler. Going into conceptualization, really hard. Having morale for days, I could endure anything. Alright, let's try against Kuno again.
Kuno's got this.
Whew.
Yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno!
Maybe I can just wait until he comes down and then question him then. Maybe he'll be a little bit less mean. Alright, let's see if I can apologize to Garth. Sad cop, unlucky cop, Friday the 13th. Let's see how many game overs I can get. Maybe the old lady can kill me with a mean word. Yes, that's a good use of time. Collecting tear. I also need to get my perception higher. I don't know really how to get any experience points without accidentally imploding. Where is the Terror Collector? Is it inside this place? It's like, what are you asking me for? Am I right? Aha.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
Cool. Let's do this swindle. This tear swindle.
You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so feel free to use it if you find a bag, though.
Let's do this. Tear swindle. That's a fun line. Drink a potion or take a nap or something, get my hit points back. There's the tear. I wonder if I can actually get Kim to shoot Measurehead. That would be pretty sweet. Alright. The secret perception method is... Aha! Inspect the goods. Yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna pop that shit off right now. Minus a suggestion. That sucks. There we go. Yeah. Pry bar cop. Let's pry open stuff, cause I'm unlikely to get killed doing that. Unless I do. Then it's on theme. It's Friday the 13th. Unlucky day to be a virtual cop with problems. Oh yeah.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid as a force time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but it just isn't bending. What is this? Your triceps ache for the metal to bend, but it resists. This calls for a potent curse to help break its resistance. Utter the power words.
The quality of
Power
metal is not the
words.
problem. From what I see, it's sturdy enough.
There's a creaking sound as the pry bar slips under the lid. You hang from it like a moron, huffing and puffing. Clearly the technique is wrong, but nothing else comes to mind.
If I kick it, I'm just gonna get the heart attack game over again.
Let's ask the manager for the key. This is...
Aha.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Nice.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Sure, let's pop up a freaking flashlight. It's a good investigation tool. Ooh, yeah. Flashlight in one hand, crowbar in the other. Need like special glasses to get my perception up. Is there a glasses shop in River Troll? Equip a pry bar, pry open your problems. Can pry bar and perception win this game? Probably not without examining the body.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine, sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Oh, snap. Wow, let's blast our chance here. Bang. Oh. And continue. Onto the ladder. Yes, so actually, if I'm really going for the disappointed Kim, I should blast all the drugs right in front of them. That would be a really good chance to apologize. Ooh, I want that.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Oh, thank goodness. Can I go to the door?
Yes? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. It's like you're locked down. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
Good. Let's change the subject.
Yes, one of the things about this game is the part with the major plot advancing sections are basically just closed for a couple of days. So basically, not to be flippant, but it doesn't really matter what you do before Wednesday in this game. Get yourself in trouble, you know, find someone to apologize to. But yes, time passes in conversation and when you read books and stuff, when you investigate. So, it being 10:30 on the first day means I've got a lot of talking to people and stuff to do.
Hello again, my man. What's on your mind? It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Ha.
Maybe you should. Cops don't get paid much and the hours are long. Plus, you can get shot. Why not?
The RCM is a self-managing organization that operates on donations. We promote our own leaders. It would be like striking against your own mother. Yes, but do continue. You were asking about the strike?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on. They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching. Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one. He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior. Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
You really are the law, aren't you? I get that being bluntly observant and inquisitive comes with the territory, but it certainly doesn't help with your conversational skills, does it?
That all the beans you got, Tommy? Damn, it really is hard to talk, man to man. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
Alright, I'll talk to these guys.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, all right?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
Bam! Oh yeah! Throw the ball. Good chance to apologize.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
Merde! But what the hell is your problem? You vandalized our game, son! We can't play pétanque with 5 bull!
Aha! Sorry, it was an honest mistake.
No, we are not good, goddammit!
It's at least...
We want our bull back!
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug! You owe us a goddamn bull! Good. Mistakes are forgiven, when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now why did you approach us? Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely. In Martinez, the union is the law, so can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets. If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me. Ah, yes! King Philip III!
Oh,
Cocaine? Cocainum? Sounds like our kind of king. And just imagine what kind of cocaine a king would have had.
A superpower! Fear right.
Yes, one of the things I feel like...
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Rivershot. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak. Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky. Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs, cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction, a defunct research and development building once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water. Coal City, end of all lines.
What's in the east?
There's a fleet on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small triangle under the counter by the window. Beyond that, the strikebreakers have gathered. The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide. You shudder looking down at your feet. Dirty rainwater runs veins into the plaza's snow. 2 green snakeskin shoes stand at attention on the mosaic paving of the plaza.
What's in the north?
Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. He swings from a tree, bloated. Droplets of rain slip from his cold cheeks.
What's in the
A
south?
traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the
The
other side?
road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
What is Jam?
Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes. In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. It's the only home you have now, but you can't go back. Not like this. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink. Collapsed storm drains, old sewage systems flooded with rainwater. Hidden weapon caches from the revolution. Doors leading down to Le Royaume. The catacombs to which, for 3 centuries, they delivered the blue-blooded dead. Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
Nice. That shiver took a little bit of time, which is very good. Again, I want to burn through a lot of time without just grabbing a book and reading it over and over and over again. That's boring. Yes, Friday the 13th, Unlucky Cop. Is he lucky enough to find a raincoat here at the store?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
I'm gonna steal it.
The girl delves into the magazine, hair covering her face, vision obscured. She cannot see your hand move. Down onto one knee, pretending to do up a shoelace. Take a loose package from the bottom, slip it in the old sleeve. The girl doesn't notice a thing.
Kim totally saw me steal that though. Which I think is just neato beans for me. Because again, another achievement I'm aiming for is the really piss off Kim achievement. Okay. Let's see. I'll pop the raincoat on. Nice. Oh yeah, I look classy. Now that I have an extra point of endurance, maybe I can beat up Treasure Head. Probably not. It's just trash. Oh yeah, magnesium excellence. There, well, chunky. No. Clouds. Wednesday, 7:15 a.m.
Good morning to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershoal. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it.
Also
Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some
Sure
of that
thing.
salami?
It is salty, it is savory, it is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Awesome. Thanks, salami guy. Oh yeah, anything in the trash? I found a big wheel of cheese. That was a bad healing item. Yes, I think I made a bit of mistake going into physical endurance for this round. Although my thought was, for lots of apologies, I'll have to get into mistakes, and the the physical attributes are the one most likely to get you into trouble.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider. The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
You see rows of toy soldiers.
Let's see. Definitely looking for a chance to just steal if I can. It works so
The
well.
boomboxes on the shelf look well
freak
loved
shop.
and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Or maybe I can knock something over. That's a good idea.
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb. Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hyundal burning. Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy. 2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
But why? I deal in goods, not services.
I only have 4 rail.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
Oh, here we go. Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Oh no, not at all.
It's at
I
least
guess
3
I haven't had
apologies.
many customers lately. RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. People who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm gonna check the achievements here. Gotta say, 7 incredibly boring things. Apologize 10 times. 10 traditionalist things. Talk about machines 4 times. Let's say I'm the law 7 times. Gosh. So something really boring here. This is like a communist thing. This is like the capitalist thing. This is the traditionalist thing.
It keeps me entertained.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe. Entertained. He might be high. If he is, on what?
Roy's prices are strange.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Perolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
I didn't mean to offend you. Seems like the most boring thing to say.
I'm not offended, officer. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
No one likes to see what you have to see every day. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Let's see. Replace the lost boob. Open trash container. Who made the call? I guess one of the things she wanted was who's doing the drugs, and we found the pawnbroker who's definitely selling drugs. So we can maybe just rat out the pawnbroker. Me streaming and running this game. Let's go to my computer. I was just thinking the music might be a little extreme. Everything else is just fine, but I don't want to be having to talk over the music. In fact, let's do another, just a bit.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here. Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very cool. Bang, bang.
You feel a twitch in your index fingers. There's a finger shootout brewing.
No, it's a safety hazard.
What? No finger pistols, officer? Pew pew!
What do you think is going to happen when all those finger bullets come raining down to earth? This is the more boring option. I have to say a bunch of incredibly boring things.
The lieutenant nods approvingly.
You're right, officer. 100%. No playing around then. Strictly business. Maybe I can interest you in some premium menswear instead. Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
I would ask if he has a permit. Permit to sell all that?
Good joke, officer!
You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and a dust-choked air.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
It is, yes. Anyone can set up their shop whenever they feel like it.
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool. Hyper cool. Anything for you.
Anything, huh? How about some money?
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
Oh, okay. But why, officer? Ah, yes. Lots of cops are.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job.
Sorry, detective. You mean these delicious pre-packaged shelf-stable meal kits? Really easy to cook, no hassle, really cheap too. Buy some, try them out. No problem here, officer. I get all this from one of my suppliers, an extremely reputable guy.
Wait. Humanix. Humanitarian aid.
What? Look, officer, I'm just the retailer. You'd have to talk to my supplier if you got questions about the supply chain. That's how the game works.
Interesting.
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
Oh, okay. But why, officer? Ah, yes. Money is very important.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe?
Sorry, detective. Me?
Yes, hopefully I get 2
It's a
negative
boring
points for
story,
asking for a
officer.
bribe twice.
Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol. Very sharp, officer. I'm Serais from the Sigai province of the Serais Empire. The apricot suzerainty, you know?
Yeah,
The apricot suzerainty is what the Sigai archipelago is commonly known as in Revachol. It's a bit of a fraught term, I'm sure you understand.
No, apricots come from Sigai. My grandma used to grow them. But Sigai is a shithole. That's why I came to Revachol. Here's much better for an independent entrepreneur. Less laws. Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur? I send half my profits back to my grandma in Sigai.
Well, I managed to waste an hour talking to this guy, so I consider that a win. Also, I was able to ask for several bribes in a row, which I'm sure pissed him off.
There are clothes inside. Cheap second.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes.
How about some premium class service over here? Like paying with net worth. Go over and ask him if you can do that. You find your hands deep in tattered. The box smells like cat piss.
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand. Buy secondhand.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces. This jacket is the apex of human evolution. The moment at which man became weatherproof. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses to the world around you. Possibly because of the awful typeface.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
The clothes in this
You
game
see
are so
two
cool.
lowly, defeated speakers. Thralls. Slaves, basically.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Speaking of luxury, you should go over and ask about paying for those sneakers with your net worth. A pair of Faun Ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole. Dedicated, victorious, sporty. These Faun sneakers are a must-have for a track and field legend.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest Faun sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
The speakers below. You should go up.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
yeah, I got a bunch of drugs, but I haven't used any of them yet. Oh. Just the healing ones and spooks. Intellect, huh? Oh yeah, my intellect is bad. I'm doomed. Yes, last time I did psych and physique. I should have done motoristics and intellect. That would have been a very observant cop. But playing the unlucky cop today. The cop who have to try to get horrible achievements with like wet body. Oh my gosh. That is not gonna work. Time to make a jump, I think. Since I'm healed a little bit and I'm not literally 1 point away from dying. Red checks can be tried only once. Failed white checks can be retried by increasing the relevant skill. White checks can be retried by increasing the relevant skill. Let's go. Jug of money. Robbing children for their money. Sure, it makes Kim unhappy. Put points into endurance, but if you start off with it, you become a bit and yes, thinking, you know, this game's got so much to it. I'd love to do another stream of this game, but with a different build. I want to try to finish this one, although it's going to be really freaking hard. Alright, let's talk about the code.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Aha!
Is it? Kvalsund makes a lot of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal, even for them. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
A sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. Let's go! Oh, it looks like it failed. Trip and faceplant. Whoa. Too far.
No, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up there. You could have dived there. Shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
Hey! What happened? I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better. It's just a cloak after all.
Yes, come back, try that again later. This area is so strange to navigate. let's head back down, shall we? Yes. Should be getting a level eventually. Doing a bunch of stuff, just not super specific stuff. It's a grind, it's what route I'm on.
Just an ordinary wall.
Nice. That nose of head is great. So, it's rude to call this a bum hat. This is absolutely my style IRL. Right side cop. Unlucky cop. Full of rainwater barrels. Look at it. Suspicious.
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier. You peer into the faded marks in the stone. They peer back like an endless row of tiny black holes. Sweat starts trickling down your brow. Your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in,
Jeez.
caving in, ever tighter.
Damage just for looking
Your
at
breathing
it.
grows
You okay there?
Yes, one of my, it's not really a specific achievement, but I think this character in general would complain a lot. So I'm going to take this because it sounds about like a complaint. Man, I started to feel really bad for a second.
Might be the after effects of your past escapades. What are you looking at?
These bullet holes look like the bullet holes we saw before.
Bullet holes generally look the same, so probably. But you're right. More old bullet holes from the revolution.
Oh, I got shot.
Plenty.
Dang. Just think about it gives me a heart attack. Yo.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare.
Apologies, but this is my last one.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Forget it.
As you wish. Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
So what's the most boring response? Incredibly boring.
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look,
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend. How intriguing. He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Martin Martinez? Good local name. Let's go with that.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Bumming a cigarette.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
What do you want from me? Do you want me to cry? Huh?
No, for God's sake, I don't
That's
want
the
you to cry.
That's the saddest response.
Listen, I really have to go. Good luck with the investigation.
That was pretty silly. Is that what you want? You want to cry? Jeez.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Your secret power. That's a good boat. Alright, yes. Whoa. Takes out my endurance though. Suggestion. +1. Slightly more suggest. Actually, I should keep on the other one for now, because I need the endurance. It's so gross though. Although I stole it, so that's fine.
A sturdy metal door guards the south. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever. Obviously, look at that vague yet threatening stuff spewing forth from your mouth.
Your non-compliance is hindering us.
I know my rights, and don't you marm me, boy.
But the sweeping on the other side has stopped.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Hold your horses. I don't care about your stinking badge. Just come in.
Ah, 5 more experience. Cool. This is me, I can try that trash container again. I'm gonna try the trash container again. Also, yes, skill point! I think it sucks butt because I'm really bad at everything else, but I think I just gotta charge perception as much as possible. Because there's some sort of, like, hidden Easter egg if your perception's through the roof. So, I'm going for it. I think 12 is the threshold for the thing I'm talking about. It's very satisfying to level up in this game. Yes, we can try the trash can again.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid, you stick the pry bar into the fissure beneath the lid and push down. It doesn't take much force. With a satisfying crack, the metal gives way. You can open the lid now.
Open the lid.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
10 XP is a good deal.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to are these the victim's clothes? The smell is not nearly as bad as the cadaver. These clothes could not have been in contact with the deceased for more than 2 days after his death.
Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey.
What's
this?
What's this? What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Let's pick it
They
out.
look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting. Not just any man's. This dense cursive, it's yours.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
No, it can't
Yes,
be.
it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Let's see. So, this is the Sad Cop run to get achievements. I need to say unbelievably boring. Apologize 10 times. Say 10 traditionalist things. I'm trying to think if I can say something boring, apologetic, or traditionalist here. Ooh, for the great bloodletting, that's apocalyptic. I'm boring.
Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime, or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives.
I wanted to apologize. Sorry for being dangerous. Saying nothing sounds pretty
It will also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Anyway, where were we?
I'm getting that mug.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
That's horrible.
Only in its social sensibility.
I'll take the mug.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Yes, some glorious.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. The container sounds a muffled gong.
Yes, so, one of the achievements is to actually finish the, to solve the case without ever inspecting the body. So I'm not going to do that, even though it would be the easiest way to proceed. But yes, I got my notebook back. Let's, pop it into my hand, I guess. Notebook. What's this? Weird.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Right. What more do you need? A rubber condom stuck to the back. A graffito that says defeated. I think you catch the drift. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. What do you mean? Is that all? The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to a previous volume. In short, there was more. Judging by the creases on your forehead and the lines on your cheeks, too much more. Going back years, decades even. There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Let's commit to paper.
The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do, barely. But the lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Fine, I'll just use this crappy pencil.
Absolutely motionless at first, then animated slowly, imperceptibly even. The lieutenant begins to browse his notes again, leaving you to the case files. Onto the paper with a brash free hand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Feels like completion.
I received nothing because I only have 1 point of morale.
Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any ideas?
Let's see. The most boring idea is definitely... Actually, the Hanged Man is a very boring suggestion. But is it incredibly boring? Maybe I don't have one.
Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest one.
No.
Okay then. The case doesn't need to have a name.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner. You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi Discrete, or Axel, or something. At some point in its journey, the ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet.
I don't need anyone's help.
Your nose does not understand what it did wrong.
Poor nose. Okay, let's look at the yellow.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. Arson. Handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back to January 51. Stamped case files. Commit to paper. These are your last... Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. You like this grimy murdering, don't you? Wish there was one in there about a drug den. You love those. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close. It's inornate, nearly illegible, yet marching in orderly lines. Written in a rush, in pain, a race to beat your own heart's pulse to some dark finish line. Your hand cramps up merely looking at the scribbles drawn, as by some magnet, to the red checkered margins. Fast, but always straight. Wearing out, nearly gone. Sometimes he forgets to keep the pen on the paper as he moves his hand, and the lines vanish from underneath.
Fine.
a
For
chance to
inter-district
apologize.
cooperation,
Kim, I'm sorry.
let's try one more time. What do you want to name it?
The Furies are at home in the mirror.
Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
Shit on a stick.
Yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use this as reference. If it's idiot or cockfinger, they're not going to get it. They're going to think an idiot and a cockfinger were on this case. So, do you have something less funny? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out. Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the titular system, in addition to the official alphanumeric.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I'm not going to mention the bullhorn murders because it's incredibly boring not to mention them.
Your secret is safe with the rotten cabbage of papers in your hand. Writing covers almost all the pages. You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
I'm going to try my terrible logic at this.
It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
Alright, well that was fun. Let's see what my quests look like now. Oh yeah. I can get into this building. But I didn't want to do that because I had another chance at prying open the garbage, and that proved to be quite fruitful. I'm definitely like halfway to the next level because I got my notebook back. Oh yeah. The goal is to get perception up to 12 because apparently there's some sort of Easter egg or something when you've done that. So that would be neat. The apartment should have plenty of items and such I could use to increase that stat. Some glasses. Equip a plastic bag, collect bottles, and collect tear. Aha.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to -20 degrees Celsius. Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down. It's red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room.
Shiver. Yes, shivers are really useful. I recall one of the key things in my first playthrough was provided by shivers. That one I was principally into Inland Empire. That's how I recommend playing the game. Is the Inland Empire run is so fun. It is just super duper fun. But yes, I keep playing like I have morale, like I did that first time. I do not.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
Let's knock.
The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. Sounded like a woman. A woman's shoes. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Who is this? Demands a female voice. Very intense. This is the police. Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Let's go. We don't...
Alright. 5-pointed star. The snoring is scary. Actual moss. Aha. Nice. Yeah, magnesium is going to be very important here, because again, I can only take one insult before I collapse out of sheer patheticness. Select an exchange for aha! Bucket. Aha! A bucket with glasses. My authority is less, but my logic is more. Right now my logic is bad. But I'm not wearing anything in my glasses slot, so let's go. I think if I do reduce my authority, it helps with the ability to apologize and stuff. Which is very important for the run and after. Balcony, okay. Put points into endurance. I'm not gonna do that. All my points are earmarked for perception. Until further notice. Jeez, there's a lot of junk out here. That's an electric wires. Take this. Just a door. Doors. What is this over here? Here? I want it. A door to be remembered. 28 is a door to be remembered. Also 13. It's Friday the 13th. So we're doing the unlucky cop build. Also because it's fun and I want the achievements. And I've gotten a whole bunch of game overs. The first game, again, I played through it and basically didn't get any game overs. I'm really surprised by the amount of content I missed by playing a competent cop. Like, he was crazy AF, but he, you know, still did a great job. Money in the shoe. Money over here. Oh yeah, I've got almost 12 bucks. Postcard to Boogie Street. Let's talk to the lady.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. Go ahead then. What do you want to know, policeman?
I'm looking for Martin Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
No, ma'am, I don't understand. I'm looking for a real person named Martin Martinez. He told me he's Martin Martinez.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Tim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for? Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Let's check his apartment. I love carrying on the flashlight because you're like super rude just pointing the flashlight in people's faces. It's like, haha. Let's see, what do I got? Okay. More items. Postcard shared. It's 12 o'clock in game. I have been streaming for an hour and a half. Interestingly, this is one of the few games where in-game time is way slower than real time. Actually, I guess any roguelike is going to be like that.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security.
Neat.
Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Right.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
Okay.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow. He's probably gone for today. No one answers.
We should return tomorrow.
The way that they said probably, though, makes me feel like he's not gonna. It's not really a clue that my detective would have, but... Also, the fact that I already know who did the murder means, I know all sorts of stuff that the detective doesn't know. Know what he looks like. I'm gonna play the whole damn game with my avatar in the I have no clue what I look like mode. Mostly because I think that's the saddest version of the cop. It doesn't get more depressing than that.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. This door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
I don't remember asking your opinion on this behavior, Kim. White Star. Revolutionaries posing with guns. Critical theory. Yes, but where is the loot? Here we go. Plus my conceptualization. But I need perception.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov.
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Sam. 20 experience points away. Police work is tough. Take breaks, talk to strangers, explore. Well, I'm basically doing as little police work as I possibly can while still advancing the time clock. Let's try popping on. I suppose I could pop on my jacket and try talking to Measurehead. But I really dislike it. Ooh, a tear bag. Air horn. Remember that. I don't know. Maybe with like tricked out acrobatics you could hop over to that thing.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
I guess this is a boring response.
Probably some kids.
A simple but clever solution to ruining a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity.
Ah, tear! Bow, 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 bow. Clean up the streets. Virtual.
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Clothes. Oh yeah, the conceptualization jacket. I'm gonna leave my endurance jacket on for now. Where's the tear? Where's the tear? Give me the loop, give me the loop, give me the loop. It's down here. Can I get up there? Cannot. Hypnogamma. Sweet. Can't pry that one open, unfortunately. Let's see. It's fun to end on something dramatic. Let's go fight Measurehead again. Actually, let's just do the coat and trying to talk our way out of it.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
You are obviously a liberal, Sailmate. There are 3 categories already. Those that recede in genetic pool, the Vesper, the other overproduct, as proven by the mouth, the Areopagite, the latter is petit peu bête, to an pinkness is the Koiko. The Vacholi tips, the F. Lesser, the mosquito is born. Yes, it is cruel to you understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, we wills.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation. But there may be another way, without becoming a race theoretician.
Lost, though. But I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss. Oh, don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He had also to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure.
He looks toward the harbor, motionless, the tattoos on his face like a web of stone. He does not so much as glance at the object.
This your kind of thing?
Stop showing me your...
Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash?
Alright. Yes, yes. Fun times over there. I don't actually have the effect unlocked to just try popping them again. So I will not do that. Instead, I think I'm going to go ahead and call the show. So yes, this has been the saddest cop in the world in Disco Elysium. Unluckiest cop today because it's Friday the 13th. Let's do a quick save, I suppose. And then I'm going to leave. Yeah, thanks again for watching. If you're not already a follower, please follow. Otherwise, have a great day.